Oh, you've never met.
Lucy.
No, Scott, I'm just saying that I find it, a little odd, that's all. Well, not odd, just kind of interesting odd. Don't you think so?
Well, I think that there's probably an explanation.
Well, I'm sure there must be. I mean, here's Chester and Elsie, who worked for Dominique for years and years and years. And then there's Catherine, Dominique's dear friend, who's never even laid eyes on them. Tell me, Catherine, how would that happen?
Where's AJ?
He's in the den. Why? What's wrong?
It's between me and AJ.
Oh, wait. Just between you and me, I am very worried about him. He could very easily start drinking again.
Doesn't he make fatherhood just the most wonderful experience?
All I'm trying to say is, don't upset him. Just try to get through to him.
That's exactly what I intend to do.
Uh-oh, Dad's home.
That's right, Dad's home. And you're not going to be happy about it when I get through with you, AJ.
Oh, I'm not too happy about it now.
What is your problem?
But what did you tell me, Dad, you always do?
If you have a problem with me, you better deal with me. Your behavior toward Karen is inexcusable. The way you treat her, the things you say to her, she's such a decent young woman.
Now, how is it that you know so much about Karen, Dad? Hey, you gonna make a play for her, too?
God, I'd love to push your face in.
Get somebody, call somebody quick.
I need a doctor in here fast!
Son, what's going on? What's happening? Oh.
No, honey. Just
Sean, what happened? I don't know. I just had this sharp pain, and all of a sudden I just got all this wet down everywhere. What is wrong? What is
Don't worry. We're going to...
Where are you going, Mommy, please?
I'm going to give you a nitrazine strip because we need to check for amniotic fluid.
Which means what?
There's a possibility that Tiffany's water has broken.
That means I'm going into labor, doesn't it?
Easy.
I can't go into labor. Doesn't it mean that? Is that what it means?
Calm down. It could, yes.
I can't go into labor yet. Wait a minute. I can't. It's too early.
General Hospital, brought to you by...
It's blue. What does that mean? Well, that indicates amniotic fluid, which means your water's broken, Tim.
I mean, are you sure? I mean, there could be a mistake on that. What if there's a mistake and that's not really what it is?
I'm going to get Dr. Meadows. Sean, will you be here?
Yeah.
I mean, just because some stupid little piece of paper turns blue doesn't mean anything, Sean.
I'll be
you know
right back.
that.
God, yeah, okay.
I'm not going to lose this baby, Sean. You know that. I'm not going to lose this
I
baby.
wouldn't believe that, sweetheart, but if we do, we can...
Don't say it. We do. Take that back right now.
Honey, we can always have another baby.
We're going to have this baby. Don't you understand? We're going to have this baby, Sean. This baby's going to be okay. Okay? You just know that. This baby's going to be okay. This baby.
Doctor.
You're going to be fine. Just try to remain calm.
I just don't know what's happening.
Well, we can tell that the amniotic fluid sac surrounding the baby is leaking.
What does that mean?
We'll know more after we run an ultrasound. Let's get Tiffany in right away.
Of course. Do you have some idea of what's going on?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry, Tiffany. Very sorry, but it appears that you may be having a miscarriage.
Lucy, what are you making a big Purdue out of this for?
I'm not making a big Purdue out of anything. I'm just curious, that's all. I mean, if Catherine and Dominique practically grew up in each other's back pocket, then how could Chester and Elsie miss meeting her?
Well, it's simple, really. Chester and Elsie were part of the New York staff.
And?
And I was always with Dominique out at Serenity.
Ah, Serenity, the country home.
That's right. We rarely came into the city. Well, at least I didn't. was so beautiful and peaceful there, you know? I mean, if you had the choice, would you?
Oh, there you go. That explains the whole thing.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Listen, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it.
You know, I bet that Chester and Elsie would love to hear something that Dominique said about them, wouldn't you?
Well, sure. Hanson Cab. Dominique always said she used to love it when you would take her for rides.
Oh, yes, her face always used to light up when we took her for a ride, yes.
Oh, she's such a sweet child. She always had to bring carrots for the horses.
You're kidding. Listen to this. One time I surprised her with a sleigh ride and everything, and she fed the carrots to the horses then, and she loved it. It was like she was a kid again.
Oh, this sounds so wonderful, you know, kind of like upstairs, downstairs, you know, the country staff meeting the upscale, up-city. You know, I wonder, what was it like when you would go, you know, to the country? What was it like working there?
What, are you looking for a new job or something?
Well, we never actually went there.
No, you see, the staffs worked in one home or the other. They never even met each other.
Oh, really?
Oh, except for Hal, of course.
Hal? Who's Hal?
Mr. Stanton's chauffeur.
He used to drive little Dominique and her father to New York.
Well, Catherine, what was Hal like?
What do you care about everybody's background for?
Well, you know, I never had this fancy lifestyle. I'm just fascinated by it all.
Well, you know what fascinates me is how we're going to go through all of this stuff here and still make that last flight back to Port Charles. Say, Chester.
Yes, sir.
Oh, just call me Scott.
Yes, Mr. Scott.
Mr. Chester, do you have any boxes around?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we do.
Good. Great.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go through yet.
Yeah, a lot of memories.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Scott, you know, you really don't have to do this just right now. You don't.
No, I do. I want to do it right now. I just gotta figure out where to begin.
Well, would you let me help you? I could maybe tell you stories about the things we find.
Oh, that would be very nice.
I want you to go to Karen and tell her you're sorry.
I don't think so. But I'll tell you what I am sorry about, Dad, is that you allowed a woman like Rhonda Wexler to make a fool out of you.
What in God's name are you talking about?
Open your eyes, for God's sake, Dad. She's a tease, just like her daughter, Karen.
First of all, Rhonda Wexler and I are just friends. And second of all, both Rhonda and Karen are decent women, and they deserve some respect from you.
Oh, is that what you were doing when you were kissing her at Jake's? Hey, that's good. I'm going to have to remember that.
People kiss each other all the time. It doesn't necessarily have any meaning.
Now, wait a second. First it's respect, and then it's meaning. I'm confused, Dad. You know, you're a regular chameleon.
You're such a snotty little...
Karen and Rhonda have absolutely no problem messing up people's lives and then just waltzing away. If I were you, I'd stay away from them.
Hang on one second. You're giving me advice, AJ? Let me tell you something. Even if I were having an affair with Rhonda, it's none of your damn business.
No, that's where you're wrong, Dad. You hurt my mother. That becomes my business.
Hurt your mother? You wrote the book, Chief. You have no right to judge me.
Why? Because that's your specialty? Is that it? What, judging people? Preempting their decisions? Oh, don't let me forget writing checks to cover your butt. That pretty much tops your list of hobbies, doesn't it? Oh, what, Dad? No fervent denials?
Well, you know, it took us a little bit of time, but we finally found something that you're good at.
What's that?
Dumping on me so you don't have to face your own problems.
Because my problems are under control.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't been drinking.
That's why your mother's terrified she's going to find you laying at the bottom of a vodka
I
bottle.
told you I have not been drinking.
Good. You better keep it that way then, son.
Look at this. Look at this picture of Dominique. Look how pretty she was. Look how pretty she was. Look at this.
Boy. Well, you know, when she was in the hospital, we would talk about what we looked like as kids, you know, and self-image and stuff. And I told her how gawky and unruly I was, and she said she was too, but she wasn't. She was just beautiful, like I knew she would be.
I think she was 8 years old in that picture.
Really? Oh, I'd know her anywhere. I bet she was even a beautiful baby, too.
Yeah, I bet she was.
Because, you know, as a rule, I mean, most babies aren't. They kind of come out looking like little aliens, don't they?
I'll remind you of that when you see your baby.
Well, I just hope that the baby turns out to be as pretty
pretty as Dominique and has Dominique's smile, and because it would be great to have that smile back on this planet again.
Okay, listen, we've got a lot of momentum going here. Let's not stop now. Let's keep packing.
I could go through the paintings and the sculptures that she brought up from Serenity.
You know, she was always talking about this box or some kind of a thing that she kept little things in. Know about that?
Yeah, it belonged to her mother. You know, I think I saw it in the bedroom. I'll go get it.
Hey, this is, kind of hard, isn't it?
Well, it's no picnic. I just miss her. I miss her. I miss her.
Listen, I'm really glad that I could be here with you.
I am, too.
Really? You really mean that?
Yeah, I mean that. I'm also glad that Catherine's here, too.
Yeah. I am, too. Such a very close friend of Dominique's.
Hey, do me a favor, will you? Will you just stop trying to trip her up here?
I am not trying to trip her up
you are.
here.
Yeah, you are. Every time I turn around, you put your big, foot out there to try and trip her up. You do.
That is not what I'm trying to do. You know something? I can't help it if maybe I'm a little more sensitive. Maybe I have ESP or something, but there's something about her that just isn't right, okay?
Well, just stop being a recidivist.
What the hell is that?
You know what a recidivist is? You don't know? You don't know?
I have no idea what that is. You know what? I don't want to play word games. We're doing packing now. I don't...
Okay, I'll tell you what it is. It's what the old Lucy was. Suspicious, jealous.
Thank you very much. I am just simply trying to get to know the woman, that's all.
Okay, but I just want you to know, how do you think Dominique would feel? How do you think she would feel if she knew that you were going after her old friend like that?
Fine, you made your point, but don't call me that recidivist again, okay?
Well, don't be one.
I am not being one.
Look at this. Dominique loved this. She's taken it everywhere with her.
Oh, wow.
What do you think she would have done with something like that?
Oh, she'd keep her little mementos and charms, things like that.
Would a little girl like this?
Oh, Scott, I think a little girl would just treasure it, yes.
Well, then it's going back to Port Charles and give it to our daughter when she's born.
Just had a consultation with Dr. Meadows about Tiffany, and I'll tell you, it's really a tough break for her.
I know. I had to take her for another ultrasound.
And how's she doing?
She's doing as well as you'd expect her to be doing. She's very upset.
I can imagine. I'm telling you, it does not look good for that baby. The loss of amniotic fluid, we know what that means. Oh, Bobby, listen, I'm sorry. That was really insensitive of me, and I know it's difficult. Bless.
It's really weird how something like this can take you right back to a moment of all the pain and the confusion, hoping that the baby's going to survive, even when you know there's no hope.
I'm really sorry.
I can still remember exactly what it felt like after I had my hysterectomy. And I woke up and found out that I could never have another child. Not that I'm not grateful every single day of my life for BJ and Lucas.
I know. It still doesn't take the hurt away, though, does it?
Oh, honey, what if Tiffany wakes up and we have to tell her she can never have another baby of her own?
She's just going to be in terrible pain. And then she'll make an adjustment just like you did. But hopefully it's not going to come to that.
It all seems too familiar.
Because it is. You care about Tiffany. You don't want her to go through this kind of stuff.
No, I don't. I still miss the baby I lost. And I still think about the baby that you and I will never have.
I know. Oh, it was a rough break for you. But you know what? You got me. I'm a baby. And that sort of evened up the score a little bit, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Thank you very much. I know you're worried about Tiffany. But in my heart, I feel like that she and Sean will have another chance at a child.
I hope so. She lost Lucas, and she may lose this one. And if we have to tell her she can never have another one, I don't know how she's going to deal with it.
Is it safe?
What?
I thought I heard you and Dad going at each other.
Oh, yeah, we were having one of our little chats, all right.
Oh, the one where you both tell each other to go to hell?
Something like that.
So, what was this one about?
I was telling him to go to hell. No, I was telling him what I thought of his most recent performance at Jake's.
Why would you do something like that?
Because, Jason, he can't just go to some crummy bar and make out with some woman and thinking it's not going to come back here and embarrass the hell out of our mother.
First of all, we don't even know the circumstances, okay? Secondly, making out might be an exaggeration.
Well, they weren't exactly holding hands, pal.
Even so...
I'm not going to stay here and just listen to you defend him again, Jason.
Okay. So what do you say?
What do you think he said? What do you think he said? He denied it, of course.
But there's a big surprise. What did you expect?
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to just hold Rhonda up like some paragon of virtue, though. I mean, he can't actually understand why I think these annex would be disruptive to our family. Get this, he actually had the nerve to tell me that it was none of my business. That coming from Mr. Interference himself.
Maybe he has a point.
You know, actually, come to think of it, Jason, he's pretty amazing. He's very slick, actually. He managed to turn this entire thing around to my drinking.
Not again.
Yeah. Well, not before he let me know that he thinks a hell of a lot more of Rhonda and Karen than he does of me.
No, look, you're wrong, okay? I know you don't want me to defend him, but ever since you've been back from rehab, he's been really proud of how great you've been doing.
Yeah, well, you could have fooled me. God, it would serve him right. I should just pop some vodka right now. I mean, he's so damn ready for me to live down to his
and
expectations.
You're so perfectly willing to do it. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't let him push your buttons.
He's not pushing my buttons.
Yes, he is. Look, and you're allowing it.
I'm just so sick and tired of having a father who's a hypocrite. And it's killing me what it's doing to Mom. Man, you know as well as I do that he's been cheating on her for years, Jason.
Hey, come on. Let's be fair here.
Now, what are you saying, that he hasn't been?
I'm saying he's not the only one you could say that about. I mean, you could say that about Mom.
Could you blame her? Could you blame her she's having an affair? God, it must have been such a relief just to get away from him.
Okay, now it's okay to defend her, but not Dad.
No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, given everything he's done to her, I can understand if she'd react that way. What I can't understand is why she stuck around all these years.
Yeah, well, maybe one day she will leave. But that's got to be her decision. And right now, she wants to be here.
Yeah, well, if she chooses to stick around, that's her business. But that doesn't mean I have to. Listen, Catherine, I want to thank you for everything.
No, thank you. I mean, the whole burglary of my apartment and everything. I don't know what if I would have done without you being there.
Well, I was there.
Well, thank you. And, I'm so glad I met you. You made me feel connected to my best friend. It meant a lot to me.
Well, it's nice to meet a real old friend, Dominique's. So, pal, you ready to hit the road?
Yeah, pal, I am. Do take care of yourself.
You too, and that beautiful baby you're carrying.
Oh, yes, of course I will.
Chester, thank you very much.
My pleasure, Miss Bolden.
Elsie, thank you.
Scott, I was wondering if it was possible if I could just stay here one more night. I really would feel better about going back to my apartment in light of day. You understand?
Well, under one condition.
What's that?
That you stay in touch.
Oh, yes, please do.
I promise.
Okay, then you stay as long as you want.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll help you get a cab.
Oh, okay, that'd be good. Thanks.
Oh, listen, I'll be right down. I forgot my lipstick in the bedroom.
Your lipstick? You got about 27 shades. How could you know that you're missing one?
Because this one happens to be my favorite. I'll be right down.
Okay. Thank you, Elsie.
Elsie, excuse me. Yes, ma'am. Well, I was just wondering if perhaps you could help me. I want to put together sort of a family album for Dominique's baby and for Scott, and I wondered if maybe you thought it was a good idea for me to talk to some of the servants, you know, out at the country estates.
It would be nice.
Well, maybe you could help me to contact them.
You're sorry, I can't.
Why not?
They've all passed ever.
You mean they're dead?
Yes.
Oh, What about the chauffeur?
Hal?
Yes.
Dead. Year ago, September.
I keep hearing this little voice inside of me that's saying everything's going to be okay. Our baby's going to be healthy and our baby's going to live. You believe it, don't you?
Honey, I wish I could hear it too, but I really can't believe it
Don't
until
say
the
that.
doctor
Don't
comes
say
back.
that. Don't say that. Just take that back. Don't say it, okay? Okay. The doctor's going to come through that door after the ultrasound, and she's going to say, Sean Donnelly, you have a beautiful, healthy baby. And you're going to be the best daddy in the world. You believe that, don't you, Sean? You believe that?
I love
I
you.
love you, too.
I do. It makes me very happy, sweetheart.
Oh, we've had such a nightmare this last few months, Sean. Gosh. I didn't know if we were going to get back together or not. And then this stuff with Jessica was...
Come on now, let's not talk about that, okay?
I want you to know, Sean. Everything's going to be okay with us. I promise you that. And this baby is going to bring us even closer. We're going to be like a family when this baby comes. You know that. It's going to be great.
Dr. Meadows.
I'm glad you're both here.
Well, what did the ultrasound say?
Well, it indicates that while the fetus is perfectly formed...
I knew it. Oh, Sean, I knew it. The perfectly formed baby. I knew it.
Tiffany, I haven't finished yet.
You don't have to say anything else if I've got a perfectly formed baby. That's all that matters, Sean. I'm sorry.
There's very little amniotic fluid in the sac that surrounds the fetus.
How's that affect the baby?
Well, without enough amniotic fluid, the fetus can't survive.
Well, then do something. You just do something.
Well, if you don't go into labor naturally, we'll induce it before any infection can set in.
No, that's too early. It's too early. The baby's going to be too little.
The fetus will not be viable.
The fetus will not be viable. What are you talking about?
Just take it
Are you
easy.
trying to tell me that our baby is going to die?
Just take it easy, baby.
I don't understand what you're asking me to do. I mean, let you induce labor when you tell me my baby can't live? How can I agree to something like that? Are you nuts?
Tiffany, if there was another way...
No. My baby's going to stay inside of me until it's strong enough to survive, okay?
If I could take this heartbreak from both of you, I would. But we're in a lose-lose situation here.
What does that mean, Doc?
Without amniotic fluid, the fetus cannot survive. And at 15 weeks, it can't sustain itself outside the environment of the womb.
Well, what about an incubator, then?
Oh, that's great. Sean, an incubator. I did this story about these preemie little babies, and they put them in an incubator and they live. Can't my baby do that, please?
Not with a baby as small as yours. At 15 weeks, the lungs aren't even developed yet.
But I feel this baby inside of me. This baby's alive. It's growing. I know if I can just keep him inside me a little bit longer, I know that he'll survive. I know he will, please.
Doctor, look, isn't there something we could do? I mean, anything.
It's a long shot.
What is it? What?
There's a remote, and I stress remote possibility. The hole that caused the amniotic fluid to leak could repair itself, and if it does, then the sac could begin to fill up again.
And my baby's going to be okay then?
Well, there's a chance.
Doctor,
We'll take it, of course.
could this be dangerous for Tiffany, though?
Well, complications are always a possibility.
I think we should reconsider.
No way. Sean, no. We're going to have this baby. We'll do this, okay?
Well, we'll wait a few hours. And that would ensure a good window for Tiffany's health and possibly reduce the chance for infection.
Are you sure about this?
Of course she's sure. She's a doctor.
You do understand the likelihood of the amniotic fluid level rising is very slim.
Yeah, we understand that.
Well, we'll do another ultrasound in a few hours, and that'll let us know what we need to.
Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, Sean. Isn't this wonderful?
Yeah, honey,
Oh, this is great.
You know, but if this is dangerous, I don't...
No, darling, don't you understand? I'm going to have our baby. I'm going to have our baby. Oh, my little sweet baby. It's going to be okay. Oh, my little sweet baby.
Oh, you sound serious.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm dead serious. I mean, what should I stay around here for, Jason?
Well, how about it's home, AJ?
No. Maybe it's home for you. Sometimes I think I'd be warmer sitting in an igloo.
Look, you're sober. You want to stay that way. You have a job. You would like to keep it. You don't need this added pressure.
Pressure? Jason, what the hell do you think I'm going through here? It drives me crazy just to be in the same room with him. I don't think I can stay another night in this house with him.
What's all this about?
Nothing, Mom. We were just talking, blowing off some steam.
Well, you might be blowing off steam, but, you sound serious, AJ. You talking about leaving?
Why shouldn't I?
Why should you?
Because I can't stand to see Dad treat you like he does anymore.
Well, thanks for fighting my battles for me, but I didn't ask you to, and I'm a big girl. So that doesn't really wash.
Okay. How about I'm tired of living in a house where my father acts like he's ashamed I'm alive?
Now, that sounds a lot more honest. It's not true, but it sounds more honest.
Mom, that's your take on it, Mom. It's not mine.
Do you, think things will be better for you if you leave?
Yeah, of course I do.
If that were true, AJ, I'd pack your bags myself.
I cannot stand the way he treats me and makes me feel, Mom.
No. He has nothing to do with the way you feel. You have everything to do with the way you feel. And until you fix that, you wouldn't be leaving, AJ. You'd be running away.
Oh, I'm not so sure of that.
I am. And hear you talk about leaving only reinforces how much you are like your father.
What?
Really. Now, you may not like what's going on in this family. I don't like what's going on in this family right now. But if you leave, if you run, nobody wins. Especially you.
Tell me, what the hell's going on? I haven't heard a single word about the last ultrasound.
Hey, Sean,
Tell me.
This is pretty hard. I need your help to, you need to convince Tiffany to let us start the oxytocin.
What's oxytocin?
It's a chemical that's naturally produced in the body at the appropriate time to induce labor.
Induced labor? That means that the long shot didn't work?
Shawnee, the ultrasound showed that the amniotic fluid is lower. The hole in the sac didn't repair itself.
I'm sorry. There's nothing else you can do.
No. And you need to understand that that baby could not live inside or outside of the womb. And you have to help Tiffany understand that.
I don't know if I can. You know how much she wants this baby, how determined she is to keep it.
I know, but it's too late for the baby. And Sean, if we wait any longer, it may be too late for Tiffany.
But Dr. Meadows said there was a chance of complications,
But they multiply the longer we wait. Sean, I don't know how to tell you this. I don't know a good way to say it. If the fetus isn't expelled before an infection starts in, then not only will the baby die, but we might lose Tiffany.
I overheard the boys talking. AJ wants to move out. I suppose Jason will want him too. I tried to talk AJ into staying with the family, and then I laughed.
mean, what family? What am I trying to salvage here? I mean, just look. Here I am fighting to keep some kind of a connection between us. You're reading a magazine. What does that tell you?
I don't know if there's anything left for us to fight for, Monica.
Well, Alan, if you're going to throw 25 years of marriage down the drain, you can damn well put down the magazine to do it.
You just love playing the put-upon wife, don't you?
Your behavior gives me no other choice.
You've always had choices, Monica, and they were always men, and you always took the choices. I can't even remember all of their names, Monica. You even went transatlantic at one point. I mean, remember the Frenchman? What the hell was his name?
Philippe.
Philippe.
And how dare you throw that in my face? You know damn well why I had to do that. I needed someone while you were betraying me with that tramp faith or hope or...
Charity.
Fine, Charity.
Charity.
Certainly.
She was not a tramp. And I never betrayed you with her. Never. I never had an affair with her. But you want to talk betrayal? I mean, what about you and David Langton? My God, you had a child together, Monica.
Look who's talking. I mean, Jason, living proof of your tawdry affair with Susan Moore. At least something good came out of that one.
Well, nothing good came out of your affair with Rick Weber. I mean, we're not just talking about a little roll in the hay, Monica. When you two got into the hay, you just kept rolling and rolling
And it
rolling.
didn't give you any excuse to try to murder us.
And you know what, Monica? I've always believed that you loved the fact that I wanted you so much that I could kill for you.
Well, I could have killed you for marrying Lucy Coe.
She was the greatest.
Oh, and this was the lowest of yours, Alan. Really the lowest. That ridiculous hat and that red dress. As if the whole town didn't know that she wasn't a virgin.
You know, I just hate it when you get that self-righteous tone in your voice. As if you and Sean Donnelly set some kind of standard for dignified behavior.
He was a great lover.
Was he really?
Yes, he was. Really.
Was he really, Monica? Was he better than me, Monica? Truthfully, was he better than me? Huh? Was he better than me? Was he? Was he?
No. Oh, you've always been the best. Always. Always. Oh. Alan?
Yeah.
You make a hell of a bookmark.
I gotta say, we have always had our share of passion here.
I gotta tell you, for a while there, I really thought that we'd lost it.
I
was afraid.
I wasn't.
Really?
No. We may lose a lot of things, but I don't think we'll ever lose the passion.
What? I hated that stupid airplane ride. I am pregnant. I take up a little more room now. Why couldn't we have flown first class?
I got a little news flash for you, Lucy. First of all, it's a 45-minute flight. Second of all, they don't have first class.
Oh. Well, still, you know, in that little tiny seat, I think I hurt my back and my feet are killing me. They must have gotten swollen or something.
Well, would you like me to work the kinks out of your back? And you know, they always have these signs. Have you ever seen them at the amusement parks? It always says, You know, fat ladies and pregnant ladies, you know, stay off these rides.
Do not say fat and pregnant in the same sentence, please. And besides, this was an airplane, not an amusement ride. And I asked my doctor if I could go, remember?
Okay. Well, come here.
What?
Sit down here. Come on, sit down. Just take a load off. Come on.
I
sit
can
down.
sit myself down. I'm
Come on,
perfectly
sit
capable.
down here now. Come on, let's put these big size 13s up here.
7, thank you very much.
Okay, there. Comfortable?
Thank you.
Good. Now I'm just gonna, mess around here a little bit. I'll tell you something. This picture was worth the whole trip.
Yeah, it was. Scott, listen, I need to say something right here that you probably do not want to hear.
Well, you're probably gonna say it anyways.
You're right. I don't think it was such a great thing to let Catherine stay in Dominique's apartment.
No, you were right. I don't want to hear it.
Come on, do you really think it was such a great idea to let her?
Oh, come on, for crying out loud, Lucy. What do you think, she's gonna steal the sofa? I mean, besides, Elsie and Chester, they're there.
They are there, but they cannot watch the woman every single minute.
Well, you're being a recidivist again.
I told you not to call me that ever again. I am not.
Well, I want to tell you something, all right? Dominique loved you a lot. And she also loved Catherine. So, you gotta get used to her being around.
Why do I have to get used to her being around?
Because when the baby's born, I want her to be around all the people that really cared about Dominique. And she did.
survive. You're going to have to let them induce labor, right?
Oh, no, Sean. No.
Sweetheart, we have to let this baby go.
No. I can't, Sean. Please, I can't.
Listen to me. You are the most important person in my life. You told me today, still.
Oh, I love you so much.
No, if you do love me, you're going to have to let them go ahead. Because if you don't, you're going to get an infection and you're going to die. And that way I lose you both. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right, now, right now, we can still have another baby. But if you don't let Dr. Maddox do what she has to do, I might lose you too.
What?
Honey, you have to let them go ahead, please.
It's gonna be okay. I miscalculated. I just miscalculated the time, Sean. I know that the baby is more than 15 weeks. I know it is. And if it's more than 15 weeks, I know this baby can live. It can survive. I know it will.
Honey, only if you believe in miracles.
Of course I believe in miracles. Don't we deserve a miracle? I think we deserve a miracle, Sean. And I know that this baby's going to be our miracle. This baby's going to live. I know this baby's going to live, Sean. Please. Please.
Wednesday, can best friends share too much? Comedians Rich Scheidner and Rick Dukeman are buddies.